Chapter 61, Jun Wanjie fought 3 people alone, Xiao Chen's ruthless methods, no protagonist. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiao Chen was really angry with his liver. Jun Xiaoyao is like a nightmare, shrouded above his head, but this time's chance was really too important to Xiao Chen, and it was almost related to his future, for ancient keels are fine, but Xiao Chen is bound to win the supreme ancestor keel, with his own strength. It is almost impossible to take away the dragon bone from under Jun Wanjie's eyelids, therefore, even if Xiao Chen was unwilling, he could only help Wu Mingyue. Wu Mingyue bit her lip. Slightly after hearing this, she is not afraid of even facing Ancestral Dragon Nest Long Bichi, but when facing Jun Wanjie, Wei hesitated. It's not because of anything else, but because the monarchs are too powerful. As one of the 3 imperial families, the Jun family is even more shocking than the Ancestral Dragon Nest in the Wild Heaven and Immortal Realm. Wu Mingyue doesn't care about her own safety, but if the Panwu dynasty behind her is implicated, the consequences will be unimaginable. Bright Moon. Seeing Wu Mingyue seem to hesitate, Xiao Chen's expression was slightly stunned. Isn't even the princess of the dignified Panwu dynasty so jealous? Jun Xiaoyao, is that so scary? Seeing Xiao Chen's tough and graceful face, Wu Mingyue couldn't bear it in her heart. She shook her hand slightly and made up her mind. Okay, Xiao Chen, Mingyue will help you. Upon hearing Wu Mingyue's reply, Xiao Chen was surprised. Sure enough, Wu Mingyue still cares about him. Ah, you are. Jun Wanjie looked at Wu Mingyue, whose face was covered in white gauze, and frowned slightly. He can naturally feel that Wu Mingyue is not immortal, and that kind of invisible noble temperament is not something that ordinary female monks can have. With Wu Mingyue's help, Xiao Chen's mind was certain. He saw Long Bichi from the corner of his eyes and spoke again. Dragon Girl, although we had conflicts before, now, should we join forces first to suppress the 5th sequence of the Jun family? As for how the 5 keels will be distributed, it will not be too late. Xiao Chen was also a bit clever. He could still come up with a vertical and horizontal method. Join with you? Long Bichi raised his eyebrows. Oh, yes, don't your ancestral dragon nests also have enemies with the Jun family? Are you willing to fight with snipes and clams to let the Jun family benefit? Xiao Chen followed good advice. Long Bichi thought about it, and then he nodded slightly and said, well, let's solve the 5th sequence of this gentleman first. After uniting the front, Xiao Chen, Wu Mingyue, and Long Bichi did not hesitate to make a move against Jun Wanjie. I'm afraid you won't make it, Jun Wanjie, as the 5th sequence of the Jun family who got up from the bottom, naturally has arrogance in his heart. Except Jun Xiaoyao, he refused to accept anyone. 8 thunders are forbidden. The sky thunders, that the monarch's breath of tribulation bursts out. The mana is vast, and it is as turbulent as thunder. Once it is shot, it is a great move, but Xiao Chen and the 3 are not easy people. Blue Dragon Bite. Xiao Chen probed his hands, and hundreds of blue dragon light patterns burst out and merged into a huge blue dragon head, opening his mouth and biting. Wu Mingyue jade palm flicked out, mana burst, turned into thousands of mana horses, spread. Long Bichi turned his hand to offer a dragon scale long whip. A whip was thrown out, the void shattered. Watching the 3 of them perform their moves at the same time, even Jun Wanjie frowned. He is very strong, but the 3 people in front of him are not easy. Xiao Chen is the protagonist of Qinjiao with great luck. Wu Mingyue is the eldest princess of Panwu God dynasty. Long Bichi is a dragon girl from the Ancestral Dragon Nest Sanglong line. All 3 of them can be regarded as peerless Qinjiao. It is difficult for ordinary people to deal with one, let alone all 3 of them at the moment. Rumbling. The war broke out, the mana ripples spread, and the entire cave was roaring and trembling. Jun Wanjie's figure retreated one after another, and a touch of blood overflowed from the corner of his mouth. He fought Jun Xiaoyao in Nantian City before, and his injuries have not fully recovered. At this moment, facing the 3 Qinjiao at the same time, it is inevitable that there is also pressure. Oh, you are injured. It seems that the Jun family sequence is not an invincible existence. Xiao Chen saw this, his eyes brightened. Although Jun Xiaoyao can't get revenge temporarily, it's not bad to get revenge on the people around him. Presumptuous, how can you criticize my Jun sequence? Jun Wanjie screamed, and his eyes burst into lightning, which really motivated his thunder tribulation body, boom. Around him, endless thunder light entangled, and the power of the heaven-transmitting power was also revealed. He urged Lei Jiazhan body, don't keep your hands. Long Bichi saw this, with a soft drink, and gathered the strength of the dragon in his body. A whip was thrown out, the sound of dragon chants, and a phantom blue dragon rushed out. Blue dragon tears the sky hand. Xiao Chen also sacrificed his great supernatural power. As for Wu Mingyue, hesitated a little, because if she uses the martial arts of the Panwu dynasty, she will inevitably be noticed by her protector, and will bring her back to the Panwu dynasty, but she changed her mind again. This keel is very important to Xiao Chen. In order to help Xiao Chen seize the keel, Wu Mingyue couldn't control that much. Her jade hand flicked out, as if she had slapped thousands of palms in an instant, causing the void to overturn and shake, and a powerful force burst out. That is, the supernatural power of the Panwu dynasty, Hunyuan Sanzhou. Seeing Wu Mingyue sacrificed his supernatural powers, Jun Wanjie was slightly surprised. He once played against the enchanting Tianjiao of the Panwu god dynasty, the champion Ho. The champion Ho once used this style of Hunyuan Sanzhou. Xiao Chen and the other three, all displayed their great supernatural powers and united. Even the peerless Tianjiao could hardly stop them. If Ji Xuan came here, he would also be suppressed. Along with a huge roar of collision, Jun Wanjie's body retreated dozens of steps. His old wounds have not healed, and he added new ones, and finally couldn't help but vomit a mouthful of blood. And here, the three of Xiao Chen were also shaken back by Qi, and their bodies were scorched by lightning. It's so strong, it's worthy of being the fifth sequence of the Jun family. Long Bichi was secretly surprised. This Jun Wanjie, although it is not as invincible as Jun Xiaoyao, who pushes all enemies horizontally, it should not be underestimated. Together, the three of them were unable to suppress Jun Wanjie in a short time. Xiao Chen's face was slightly ugly. Jun Xiaoyao can't deal with it, forget it. Now even Jun Wanjie can't deal with it. Seeing Xiao Chen's expression, Wu Mingyue bit her lips slightly and said through the voice, Xiao Chen, I have a magic weapon that can trap Jun Wanjie in a short time. You take the opportunity to grab the keel. Hearing Wu Mingyue's transmission, Xiao Chen's eyes lit up and he nodded heavily. My Lord Wanjie is here today. You don't want to take away the keel of God's Son. www.readwn.com. Jun Wanjie's face is cold, and he shoots 3 feet of thunder in his eyes, and at this moment, Wu Mingyue's figure moved, offering a golden rope. The rope was twisted like a spirit snake, and then at an extremely fast speed, it was directly wrapped around Jun Wanjie's body and bound it. What is this? Jun Wanjie wanted to break free, bursting with thunderous mana, but found that his own spirit seems to be suppressed by this rope, unable to release mana. Wu Mingyue, as the eldest princess of Panwu Shenchao, how can her magic weapon be simple? This golden rope is enough to restrain Jun Wanjie in a short time. Xiao Chen, go grab the keel. Wu Mingyue said in a voice transmission, and Xiao Chen's expression was cloudy and sunny, and then his eyes became fierce, revealing a ray of cruelty. He shook the wings of the azure dragon behind him, and directly flashed to the front of the tied Jun Wanjie. The arm that turned into the claw of the blue dragon, grabbed the head of Jun Wanjie. Jun family sequence, die. Xiao Chen shot a fierce cold light in his eyes. Since Jun Xiaoyao cannot be avenged temporarily, then kill the people around him first. Looking at the falling claws of the blue dragon, Jun Wanjie's face tightened. He has no fear, but regret that he will never see his own sister again in this life, and just when Jun Wanjie was about to die, a giant golden mana palm suddenly bombarded. Slapped Xiao Chen, who was about to commit a crime, to the ground, coughing up blood. At the same time, there was a cold voice with ridicule. The style of doing things is so determined and spicy, but there is the style of the protagonist, but unfortunately, there is no life for the protagonist. Hearing this sound, Xiao Chen's pupils shrank suddenly, as if falling into an ice cave. His whole body was chilly. Chapter 62, Xiao Chen's old enemy is the son of the king's family. Wu Mingyue's shock. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In just a few breaths, the situation has changed many times. At first, even Wu Mingyue did not expect that Xiao Chen would choose to kill Jun Wanjie. That is the Jun family's Tianjiao sequence. If one person dies, a major earthquake will occur in the entire deserted fairyland, and if Jun Wanjie died in a normal battle, the Jun family might not be too angry, but now, Jun Wanjie is with a golden rope. If he really died, not only Xiao Chen would be finished, even taking her Wu Mingyue, and even the Panwu Xinqiao behind, will be implicated. Wu Mingyue did not expect that Xiao Chen would be so impulsive, not caring about the consequences. She didn't even expect that the delicate young man who always had a gentle smile still had such a cruel and sinister side. But, before Wu Mingyue could come back to her senses, she saw that Xiao Chen had been photographed to the ground. Also heard that voice at the same time. Could it be that the one from the Jun family is here? Wu Mingyue's eyes trembled slightly as she stared. A peerless figure in white clothes shrouded in Xianhui slowly stepped forward. The gods are handsome, the celestial jade bones are like the most perfect existence carved by God's hand. Is not Jun Xiaoyao, or who? It's Jun Xiaoyao. Long Bichi's face tightened, and his vigilance rose to the extreme. Wu Mingyue also took a deep breath, but he didn't expect that it was really the son of the emperor's family coming. Master. A ray of joy appeared on Jun Wanjie's face. When he saw the keel, he had secretly sent a message to Jun Xiaoyao. Jun Xiaoyao naturally knew the location, and then came directly by himself. Unexpectedly, he saw this scene of Xiao Chen's murder. Jun Xiaoyao, Xiao Chen, who was knocked to the ground, stood up and wiped the blood from the corners of his mouth with one hand. His expression looked terrifying, as if he had encountered an enemy of fate. Anyone can feel the meaning of hatred and anger. Wu Mingyue was shocked when he saw this, and once again remembered the past that Xiao Chen had told her before. Xiao Chen, your enemy, wouldn't he be the son of the Jun family? Wu Mingyue couldn't help but ask. Humph, it's not him or who. Xiao Chen swears, the 3-year agreement, I must revenge. Xiao Chen coldly shouted, he is no longer the weak and embarrassed young man. He now has the confidence to face Jun Xiaoyao. Of course, the safest way is to make a decisive battle with Jun Xiaoyao after refining the Supreme Ancestor Keel, but now, there seems to be no chance. Hearing Xiao Chen's words, Wu Mingyue's mind roared, and her face turned pale in an instant. She was thinking before, if she met Xiao Chen's old enemy, she wouldn't mind helping Xiao Chen get rid of it directly. As the eldest princess of the Panwu God dynasty, there are not many people and forces that can make her jealous in the wild heaven and immortal realm. As long as she moves her mouth casually, a large force can be destroyed at will. But now, Xiao Chen's old enemy has appeared. Can Wu Mingyue get rid of it? This is not a question of whether it can be removed, is an impossible problem at all. Don't say she is just the princess of Panwu. Xinqiao is the real master of the Panwu dynasty, the supreme, dare not personally act on Jun Xiaoyao. Those ancestors buried in the ancestral shrine of Jun's family are not eating dry food. An 18 ancestor is enough to frighten most of the deserted fairyland. Why is it just him? Wu Mingyue suddenly felt a strong sense of powerlessness. Can make an immortal princess so powerless? It can be seen that Jun Xiaoyao's identity is the most noble in the entire deserted fairyland. Jun Xiaoyao didn't care much about Xiao Chen, but instead set his gaze on the 5 keels. For ancient keels, Jun Xiaoyao just glanced briefly. His gaze fell on the keel of the Supreme Ancestor. Yes, the Supreme Bones with Ancestral Dragon bloodline. Even in Ancestral Dragon Nest, I can't find a few. Jun Xiaoyao nodded slightly, showing satisfaction. This Xiao Chen is really his lucky star. Jun Xiaoyao, you have known that I entered the Yuan Tian Supreme Secret Store. Xiao Chen gritted his teeth, his eyes flushed. What did you say? Jun Xiaoyao's lips curled up with a smile. But you didn't make a move at that time, just to let me find a chance, and then pick peaches behind? Xiao Chen's expression became extremely ugly. It seems that you are not too stupid. Jun Xiaoyao said. Jun Xiaoyao. Xiao Chen was very angry and let out a long roar, completely urging his full strength. Qinglong Town Demon. Xiao Chen nodded his hands and pushed out horizontally. A phantom blue dragon appeared, connected end to end, coiled together, like a mountain of blue dragon, pressing down against Jun Xiaoyao. Jun Xiaoyao's eyes were faint, and Jane raised his hand and blasted out a single fist. The golden fist print directly bombarded the Qinglong mountain, and then shattered it with one blow. Xiao Chen saw this, his face paled again, and he couldn't believe it. This is his unique magical power in the Azure Dragon transforming art, and it was smashed by Jun Xiaoyao with one punch. Xiao Chen, don't deceive yourself anymore, you know that you can only look up at the back of this sun for the rest of your life. Jun Xiaoyao said while raising his hand again to suppress Xiao Chen. Don't move the blue dragon bell. Xiao Chen saw Jun Xiaoyao making a move, his hair standing upright, and he hurriedly displayed his defensive skills. In an instant, an illusory giant clock imprinted with a cyan dragon pattern enveloped his body. It's ridiculous. Jun Xiaoyao blessed the power of 70,000 giant elephant particles. Yu reading www.yuyukangshu.com 700 million caddies of supernatural power fell surgingly. Boom! Smoke and dust splashed everywhere, and there was the sound of vomiting blood. Xiao Chen, that Wu Mingyue's face changed suddenly when he saw it. As the smoke dispersed, Xiao Chen showed his figure. The immovable Qinglong bell he displayed could not stop Jun Xiaoyao's palm. At this moment, Xiao Chen collapsed in the cracks of the earth pit, the cyan scales all over his body were shattered, blood flowed across, and even the bones were broken. Fortunately, the Azure Dragon transformation technique has greatly blessed the flesh, and Xiao Chen has not been slapped to death, but even if he didn't die, he almost lost half of his life. When Long Bichi saw this, his face became extremely solemn. Jun Xiaoyao walked in front of Jun Wanjie, and with a flash of supernatural power, he pulled the golden rope away. It's a good baby. Jun Xiaoyao took the golden rope and looked at it. Wu Mingyue fell to Xiao Chen's side and lifted him up, anxious and distressed on his face. Jun Xiaoyao watched this scene with interest. The son, that woman, is displaying the martial arts supernatural powers of the Panwu dynasty. Jun Wanjie said from the side. Oh, Panwu Shenchao. Jun Xiaoyao's eyes were faint, and immediately showed more playfulness. He hasn't forgotten that there is still a sign-in task in Panwu Ling of the Panwu God dynasty, and if he wants to quickly awaken the second Eucharistic vision, he also needs to go to Panwuling. But before dealing with Xiao Chen and this woman, Jun Xiaoyao still needs to solve a little trouble. He turned his gaze to Long Bichi, whose face was uncertain. Long Bichi, you are still staying here stupidly, are you impatient? Chapter 63, The Miserable Xiao Chen, Wu Mingyue's Humiliation, knelt down to this son. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hearing Jun Xiaoyao's words, Long Bichi's face turned blue and his anger was cold. She is also a dragon girl of the Ancestral Dragon Nest Xuanhuan line anyway, with a very high status. Has anyone ever spoken to her with this attitude? It was someone else. Long Bichi had already thrown a whip, but now, looking at the peerless figure shrouded in the fairy light, Long Bichi's heart is deeply jealous, and there is even a trace of fear. That's right, Long Bichi himself couldn't imagine that he would be timid before fighting. Okay. Seeing Long Bichi did not respond, Jun Xiaoyao frowned slightly. He didn't let Long Bichi roll, not because of mercy, but because he still had more important things to do, and he didn't bother to deal with her. But since Long Bichi is not leaving, Jun Xiaoyao can only be troublesome. He squeezed Ren Wang Yinju in his hand and hit it directly. In an instant, the mana fluctuated surging. And as soon as it was printed, it shocked the universe and the earth cracked. Long Bichi's face suddenly changed, and he hurriedly moved to resist. Boom. Puff. Long Bichi's face turned pale, and he vomited a large mouthful of blood. The whole body was directly shocked and hit one side of the mountain wall, spreading cracks around it. I don't know what is good or bad. Jun Xiaoyao's face was faint. Long Bichi kept coughing up blood, and his eyes showed panic. She can't even stop Jun Xiaoyao's move. Go. Long Bichi's body trembled and shivered, and he didn't dare to stay any longer. She was very sure, if she procrastinated, she would never get out of the Yuan Tian secret. Although she also has some protective things on her body, there are also guardian elders outside, but Long Bichi still has no sense of security in his heart. As long as you stand on the opposite side of Jun Xiaoyao, no one will feel safe. Long Bichi did not hesitate, and Sa Yazi ran away, only hating his parents for not having 2 more legs. The dignified ancestor of the Dragon Nest dragon girl was frightened like this. If it spread out, I don't know how many people will be surprised." Seeing Long Bichi leaving, Wu Mingyue and Xiao Chen's heart sank. They knew that Jun Xiaoyao didn't care about Long Bichi because he was eyeing them. "My deity, what are you going to do?" Wu Mingyue stood up and stood in front of Xiao Chen, her tone a little nervous. She is the eldest princess of the immortal dynasty. Even if her face is covered with white gauze and her identity is hidden, the noble meaning from her bones cannot be erased. But now, in front of Jun Xiaoyao, Wu Mingyue can't afford a trace of arrogance. This kind of feeling is like seeing a real fairy. "What are you doing?" Jun Xiaoyao turned his head slightly and looked at Wu Mingyue with interest. That kind of feeling does not seem to be looking at a woman, and it's more like watching a tool man. Being stared at by Jun Xiaoyao's deep gaze, Wu Mingyue only felt as if she had been seen through. The son of the monarch, it is terrible. Wu Mingyue's heart was slightly chilled. "Pull the veil off, the son of God doesn't like someone hiding in front of me." Jun Xiaoyao said indifferently, is completely an imperative tone. "You." Wu Mingyue is also the eldest princess of the gods after all. There is still a bottom line that should be there. Jun Xiaoyao's tone and attitude are entirely under orders. "Why, do you want me to do it myself? It's not as simple as lifting the veil." Jun Xiaoyao said indifferently. Wu Mingyue bit her lip, thinking of Long Bichi, who had just been hit by a blow. Although she is strong, it is impossible to be much better than Long Bichi. Thinking of this, Wu Mingyue endured a trace of humiliation, raised her hand and took the initiative to remove the veil on her face. In an instant, a beautiful and thrilling face appeared in front of Jun Xiaoyao. The eyes are like autumn water, the eyebrows are like ink painting, the skin is like fat, and the teeth are like braided shells. "Is a beautiful woman." Jun Xiaoyao's expression remained unchanged, and he said faintly, "It turned out to be a great beauty, so it's no wonder that Xiao Chen can be fascinated by this kid. The son of the Jun family, don't insult people. Xiao Chen is not good to me because of my appearance." Wu Mingyue said coldly. She does not allow others to blaspheme her feelings. "Oh." Jun Xiaoyao smiled lightly and walked forward slowly. Although he did not release any breath, Wu Mingyue was a little breathless with the natural superior temperament. Jun Xiaoyao walked directly in front of Wu Mingyue, raised her hand and pinched her jade-like jaw. "That Xiao Chen is just greedy for your body, and uses the power behind you to deal with me." Jun Xiaoyao, shut up. Hearing Jun Xiaoyao's words, Xiao Chen screamed, but his eyes flickered with some guilty conscience. He really likes Wu Mingyue, but there is no shortage of other thoughts in it, and these thoughts were just right by Jun Xiaoyao. "Noisy." Jun Xiaoyao slapped away, and slapped Xiao Chen to the ground again, coughing up blood again and again, without any resistance. "Jun Xiaoyao, stop it." Wu Mingyue's face was pale. Jun Xiaoyao pinched her jaw, but couldn't get rid of it. Xiao Chen fell in a pool of blood. Watching Jun Xiaoyao blaspheme the goddess in his heart, his eyes were splitting, his 5 internal organs were burning. Xiao Chen has not even touched a finger of Wu Mingyue, although he wanted to touch it very much. He also knew that Wu Mingyue was the eldest princess of the gods, not such a casual woman, so he held back. Now, Jun Xiaoyao is holding Wu Mingyue's chin with a playful expression, as if he is appreciating a rare and famous artifact. It's unacceptable to be any man. "Ancestor, please take action and kill that Jun Xiaoyao." Xiao Chen roared frantically in his heart. However, Master Qinglong did not respond at all, as if a stone sank into the sea, and fell into a closed state. Joke. How dare Master Qinglong show up? If discovered by the elders of the monarch, the consequences would be disastrous. Even if he is the quasi-sovereign soul, he will be thrown into the soul refining tower, and life is better than death. Seeing Master Qinglong did not respond, Xiao Chen was even more anxious and angry. Jun Xiaoyao looked at Xiao Chen, and said with emotion, "Xiao Chen, Jun Mao sincerely thank you for giving my fiancé and dragon Qi for the first time, and this time giving me a beauty and 5 keels. I really don't know how to thank you." Jun Xiaoyao is sincere. He was a little reluctant to kill Xiao Chen. "Jun Xiaoyao, you. Xiao Chen turned green with anger and trembled all over. Is like being stripped out in the winter, thrown into the cold spring of 10,000 years, cold to the bone. Ah! Xiao Chen was incompetent and furious. www.readwn.com roared to the sky, blood surged to his forehead, and fainted by the qi again. Xiao Chen, that Wu Mingyue got rid of Jun Xiaoyao and hurried to investigate Xiao Chen's situation. After discovering that he is still alive, he breathed a sigh of relief, but his face is still serious. Jun's son, what do you want? If you want a keel, I will give it to you directly. Wu Mingyue said with a tight face. If I guess right, you should be the eldest princess of the Panwu God dynasty, Wu Mingyue. Jun Xiaoyao held his hand and said flatly. That's right. At this time, there was nothing to hide, Wu Mingyue directly admitted, in her opinion, showing his identity now might make Jun Xiaoyao a little hesitant. However, Jun Xiaoyao's expression did not change at all. It seems to him that the identity of the princess of Panwu Xinqiao is nothing at all. You have also seen Xiao Chen's resentment towards me. If I kill him, do you have any comments? Jun Xiaoyao's tone suddenly fell cold. No, you can't kill him. Wu Mingyue's expression immediately changed. Jun Xiaoyao ignored Wu Mingyue, raised his hand and grasped Xiao Chen. Wu Mingyue burst out of mana and supernatural power, and wanted to resist. You still dare to protect him, what kind of goddess? The eldest princess, kneel down for this son. Jun Xiaoyao's golden spirit sea set off waves, 700 million caddies of divine power surged, like the ancient idols crushed down. Snorted, Wu Mingyue was directly shaken to her knees, blood stains on the corners of her lips coughed up, and her Lingluo skirt was dyed red, so beautiful. The eldest princess of the dignified immortal dynasty is actually kneeling directly in front of Jun Xiaoyao, like a mortal woman, kneeling down in front of an exile. Chapter 64, Who has never been afraid of them? The background, enslaving the princess, new layout. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This scene was not seen by the outside world, but it is conceivable that if it spreads out, a group of people will be dumbfounded. Wu Mingyue can be said to be the most distinguished group among the younger generation of Huangtian Xianyu. Wherever goes, all stars hold the moon, a word can destroy a top-level Taoism, and now, it is this very noble, high-ranking princess who is coughing up blood at the corner of her mouth. Kneeling down in front of Jun Xiaoyao, this scene is unimaginable. Jun Xiaoyao, that Wu Mingyue struggled, bursting out the power of Linghai in his body, but was suppressed by Jun Xiaoyao, unable to get up. The golden phantom of the ancient idol seems to be able to suppress the heavens and the realms, stepping on the sky of the universe. And Jun Xiaoyao, standing in the shadow of the idol with his hand, like a who rules the world. A sense of humiliation and despair spread in Wu Mingyue's heart. She did not expect that she would have such embarrassment and shame. Wu Mingyue, don't use your identity as the eldest princess to suppress people. If you change to be someone else, you may still be jealous, but for my child, huh? Jun Xiaoyao didn't say much, but the word he expresses the contemptuous attitude of disdain. Compared to his identity background, Jun Xiaoyao has not imaginary anyone, father clan, ancient monarch's house. Mother clan, ancient family. The young masters of the two wild ancient families, just ask, who else? Wu Mingyue bit her red lips with her teeth. She never expected that Jun Xiaoyao was not afraid of Panwu Xinqiao, doesn't even care that she is a beautiful woman. It seems that in the eyes of Jun Xiaoyao, Wu Mingyue is no different from Shanai village. Thinking of this, Wu Mingyue felt weak in her heart. She doesn't even have the qualifications to negotiate terms with Jun Xiaoyao. Wu Mingyue took a deep breath, tried his best to calm down, and said in a calm tone, Jun Xiaoyao, just say it, what can you do to let Xiao Chen go? Oh, do you really want to protect him? Jun Xiaoyao lightly raised his eyebrows, although it seemed surprised. She sneered in her heart. As expected, Wu Mingyue took advantage of the trend and entered the trap set by him. Say the conditions. Wu Mingyue said coldly. To tell the truth, this child has a good personality and treats others generously. He is definitely not a devil. It is not impossible to let Xiao Chen go. Jun Xiaoyao smiled lightly. Wu Mingyue heard the words, his expression faint. Good character. Be generous to others. Looking at the miserable Xiao Chen who fell in a pool of blood, Wu Mingyue secretly gritted her teeth, wishing to bite the Lord Xiaoyao. Speaking of the conditions straightforwardly, why bother to turn around? Wu Mingyue said coldly. Jun Xiaoyao glanced slightly at Wu Mingyue's beautiful body, a snow-white Ling Luo skirt outline slender and slim curves, is different from Jiang Luoli's short-legged flat body. Wu Mingyue has a slim body and even muscle bones, with the beautiful snow-white appearance. It is indeed worthy of the identity of the princess of the gods. Jun Xiaoyao's gaze made Wu Mingyue's snow-white skin a little lump. She couldn't help but put a pair of jade arms around her chest, frowning and said, "Jun Xiaoyao, don't mention excessive conditions, I can't agree to it." Hee, why are you princesses and princesses so narcissistic? To greet your body, do you need it? Jun Xiaoyao shook his head. That's the case with the Suzaku ancient country's emperor worshipping Yuer, and the same is true for this sacred princess, is really spoiled in the palace. Wu Mingyue's face was slightly unnatural when she heard Jun Xiaoyao's words. Indeed, with the appearance and status of Jun Xiaoyao, even the proud daughter of the immortal orthodoxy would be happy to marry him. The Son of God has only one condition: open the temple and let me plant a slave mark. Jun Xiaoyao's tone was indifferent. If it is not voluntary, it is almost impossible to plant a slave mark. Jun Xiaoyao's words shocked Wu Mingyue's body and turned pale. Plant a slave mark? This makes Wu Mingyue unbelievable. Jun Xiaoyao, wanting to enslave her. Jun Xiaoyao, your condition is too much. Wu Mingyue's face turned from white to green, obviously a little angry. She is also an immortal princess, how could she be enslaved by others? If it spreads out, it will be a big scandal, and the entire face of Panwu Shinchao will be lost. Do you think you still have the qualifications to bargain with me? Jun Xiaoyao raised his hand again and slapped the unconscious Xiao Chen. Stop. Wu Mingyue trembled. Jun Xiaoyao stopped his movements and looked at Wu Mingyue. Wu Mingyue struggled extremely, and then as if thinking of something, her chest was ups and downs, and she said, "Okay, I agree." Jun Xiaoyao's lips overflowed with a hint of coldness and said, "Wu Mingyue, if you dare to use any means, this son will immediately kill Xiao Chen." How could he not see that Wu Mingyue agreed so easily? There must be a means. As her princess, there must be something to protect in the shrine in her mind. Jun Xiaoyao's words directly exposed Wu Mingyue's thoughts. She was pale as paper and her eyes trembled. This gentleman is Xiaoyao. It is a devil. After the extreme struggle, Wu Mingyue completely surrendered. It is impossible for her to watch Xiao Chen be killed by Jun Xiaoyao. Jun Xiaoyao, I can open the temple, but you must swear with Dao heart, you must let Xiao Chen go and spare his life. Wu Mingyue said firmly. Jun Xiaoyao smiled and said, this son swears with Dao heart. If there is any violation, Dao heart will collapse, and the world will be condemned. Daoxin's oath is a very strict oath. If you violate it, there will be extremely serious consequences, but for Jun Xiaoyao www.readwn.com, what is this kind of pledge? He has system assistance and is destined to rise all the way to dominate this era. When the time comes, even God will be trampled under his feet. What the world is the same, it is ridiculous. But Wu Mingyue naturally didn't know Jun Xiaoyao's ability. Seeing him swear, she also opened the shrine. Hey, I'm so passionate, and I'm so touched by this son. Jun Xiaoyao sighed, and without hesitation, planted a slave mark in Wu Mingyue's temple. So far, Wu Mingyue has become Jun Xiaoyao's slave. Jun Xiaoyao, you have a face like an immortal, but you have a heart like an Azura evil spirit. Wu Mingyue trembled with anger. Pay attention to your current identity and attitude. Jun Xiaoyao's eyes were cold, slightly urging the slave mark. Wu Mingyue's face was pale, with a splitting headache, and immediately fell to her knees, her body trembling. A deep sense of humiliation filled her heart. Jun Xiaoyao's face was faint, and with a wave of his hand, he took all the 5 keels into his bag, looked at the unconscious Xiao Chen, and then at Wu Mingyue, who was full of humiliation. Jun Xiaoyao's mouth showed an inexplicable smile. The new round has been laid, and the center of this layout is Wu Mingyue. The object of calculation is Panwu Shinchao. It is said that a woman in love has no brains. This Wu Mingyue is simply a typical representative. For an ant destined to die, I am willing to be enslaved by me. But this is fine, it is just what you want, and you can plan against the Panwu god. Jun Xiaoyao smiled. Everything is under his control. By the way, it's time to harvest another leek. Ji Xuan. Chapter 65, Xiao Chen's plan to become a consort, the health benefits of leeks. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After collecting the keel and solving the matter between Xiao Chen and Wu Mingyue, Jun Xiaoyao was also ready to leave. The game against the Panwu God dynasty has been laid, and there will naturally be a chance to harvest in the future. Next, Jun Xiaoyao focused on another leek, that is Ji Xuan. Ji Xuan absolutely knows some of the secrets of Yuan Tian Supreme. He, Wu Mingyue, take good care of Xiao Chen, take him away, don't let him die. Jun Xiaoyao was playful. After finished speaking, he turned and left. Jun Wanjie followed closely. Jun Xiaoyao's words, let Wu Mingyue hold her hand tightly, humiliation is not enough, and finally there is a mockery, this gentleman is Xiaoyao, old yin and yang. My son, do you really want to let Xiao Chen go? Although he is only an ant in your eyes, it is still a small trouble. Jun Wanjie said, he is very loyal to Jun Xiaoyao now. I have my own plans for this person. When the time comes, I will naturally shoot him to death. Jun Xiaoyao said disapprovingly, Daoxin's oath has no effect on him, Xiao Chen, he kills if he wants to, only. Jun Xiaoyao faintly felt that Xiao Chen seemed to bring him a big surprise, that surprise must be bigger than Wu Mingyue and the 5 keels, therefore, Jun Xiaoyao was willing to spare Xiao Chen's life. If Xiao Chen is really worthless, even if Wu Mingyue stops him, he will slap Xiao Chen to death, and here, after Jun Xiaoyao left, Wu Mingyue gave Xiao Chen a coma with many healing medicines. Soon, Xiao Chen woke up leisurely. After his mind was sober, Xiao Chen's figure suddenly shook, and his face showed grievances. He looked around and said, where is Jun Xiaoyao? Xiao Chen, calm down first, that Jun Xiaoyao has already left. Wu Mingyue said with concern. Gone. He didn't kill me. Xiao Chen's face was surprised. Then, he looked back as if thinking of something. When he saw the empty cave, Xiao Chen's blood rushed to his forehead, and his entire face rose to the color of pig liver. The keel is gone. Not only the keel of the supreme ancestor is gone, even the 4 ancient keels are gone. This gentleman Xiaoyao didn't leave him any leftovers. Puff. Xiao Chen was so angry that the wounds that had just been suppressed by the healing medicine broke out again, vomiting a big mouthful of blood. Xiao Chen, don't worry, you can leave the green hills, not afraid that there will be no firewood. Wu Mingyue counseled. Xiao Chen's face was alternately blue and white, his mind buzzed, his chest churning with blood. Jun Xiaoyao first took away his dragon energy, and now he took away 5 of his dragon bones. Xiao Chen felt that he was a boy who gave money. However, that Jun Xiaoyao is so vicious in his mind, why would he let me go? Xiao Chen thought of this. He turned to Wu Mingyue suddenly, with an anxious expression on his face. Mingyue, that Jun Xiaoyao, didn't you do anything to you? How did he leave? Xiao Chen was nervous, for fear of what would happen between Wu Mingyue and Jun Xiaoyao. If Wu Mingyue is the same as that of Bai Yuer, then Xiao Chen will definitely be mad with anger, and his liver will be broken. Wu Mingyue bit her jade lips secretly. The fact that she was planted a slave mark and became a slave to Jun Xiaoyao was a scandal. How could it be revealed? When the time comes, it will damage not only her reputation, but also the prestige of Panwushan Chao. That's not the case. I threatened with Panwushan facing the background, so he let you go. Wu Mingyue reluctantly smiled. My heart is extremely sour, because she is already Jun Xiaoyao's slave girl, but in order to keep Xiao Chen alive, she was willing. That's good. Isn't Jun Xiaoyao not afraid of the heavens and not afraid of the earth? Isn't he still afraid of my bright moon? Xiao Chen sighed for a long time. The suffocation and anger in my heart have also weakened a lot. At least, with Wu Mingyue, Jun Xiaoyao dare not do anything to him. Wu Mingyue was even more ashamed. Xiao Chen, Mingyue may not be able to stay by your side anymore. Wu Mingyue revealed a hint of reluctance. Why? Xiao Chen asked in a hurry. My guardian, I must come to me soon. I must go back and finish the election of the horse. Wu Mingyue said sadly. It was precisely because of this that she chose to run away from home, but now, when she performed the Panwushan dynasty martial arts, the protector must have sensed her existence. Mingyue, you are my woman, I won't let anyone else interfere with you. When the Panwu chooses a horse, I will go there and marry you upright. Xiao Chen's expression was agitated, blood rushed to his forehead, and said passionately, Wu Mingyue is already a forbidden existence in his heart, and he cannot give it to other men. Besides, Xiao Chen still has a plan in his heart. If he can become the prince of the Panwu dynasty, he can gain a background power that can compete with Jun Xiaoyao. With this level of power, coupled with the cultivation of the Panwu god dynasty, Xiao Chen believed that he could catch up with Jun Xiaoyao. Xiao Chen. Wu Mingyue's eyes showed a touch of emotion, but the thought of Jun Xiaoyao planting a slave mark, Wu Mingyue's heart was cast a shadow, that Jun Xiaoyao shouldn't mess around then. Yuan Tian is hidden in the depths, is spread over several ancient teleportation arrays. In front of one of the ancient teleportation formations, a figure came quietly. He is dressed in a golden robe and has a handsome face with a phoenix look like a dragon. The divine light on his right arm is faint, and the runes are scattered, exuding a powerful breath of divine transcendence. Is the little saint of the Ji family, Ji Xuan. I have finally come here. Then, only those who have the Yuan Tian Supreme Order can use this ancient formation to teleport to the depths of the secret to obtain the greatest opportunity. Ji Xuan muttered, taking out a Yuan Tian Supreme Order. In an instant, runes began to rise and flicker in the ancient and broken array. The void is slightly distorted. The next moment, Ji Xuan's figure disappeared in place and teleported into the depths of the secret store. After he was teleported away, two figures emerged from the dark behind. Is Jun Wanjie and Jun Xuehuang. Jun Xuehuang's beautiful eyes flashed, and he said, War of the Sword, I will send it in first, and follow that Ji Xuan, you send the letter to the Son of God, let him come. Okay. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.com. Jun Wanjie nodded slightly. Jun Xuehuang moved lightly, landing on the formation. She also took out a Yuan Tian Supreme Order, and there was a wave of fluctuations in the void, and her figure disappeared. Jun Wanjie took out a jade slip for communication. The other side, Jiang Shengyi and 9 lions are in a ruined palace looking for opportunities. Master hasn't come yet? The 9 lions wagged their tails. It is considered to have completely adapted to the identity of Jun Xiaoyao's mount. Xiaoyao said he cut the leeks. What does it mean to cut the leeks? Jiang Shengyi looked puzzled. Ahem, Goddess Jiang doesn't know something. This leek has an important effect on male creatures. It is strong. The 9 lions coughed, showing a wretched smile. Don't look at it, usually mighty and majestic, domineering side leakage. Now it exposes the nature of beasts. What is strong? A gentle and flat voice sounded. Hearing this sound, the 9 lions instinctively exploded their hairs, shrank their heads and smiled. No. Nothing, the master is here. Not far away, 2 figures appeared. It was Jun Xiaoyao and Jun Wanjie. Xiaoyao, you said cutting leeks. Is it used to eat? Is there any benefit to your body? Jiang Shengyi tilted his head slightly and asked simply. That expression was so pure that it was unbearable to tell the truth. Looking at Jiang Shengyi's pure expression, Jun Xiaoyao was also slightly speechless. Ah, this lion is talking nonsense. Jun Xiaoyao coughed dryly. This kind of strange knowledge, don't let my aunt know. And at this moment, Jun Xiaoyao suddenly felt something, took out a jade slip for communication, and smiled again. There are leeks cut again. Chapter 66, Yuan Tian Zhizun is secret. Ji Xuan's plan. Jun Xuehuang is in danger. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The depths of Yuan Tian's secret hideout are filled with thick gray mist. The deep silence seemed to freeze forever. And just in this dead silence, a figure, shrouded in golden light, appeared here. Is Ji Xuan, the Yuan Tian Supreme Secret Store. Although some kind of abnormality has occurred, Ji Xuan is not afraid. He has a deeper understanding of this secret store than others. Not to mention that he accidentally discovered an ancient talisman from a Buddhist scripture pavilion in the Holy Spirit Academy, which was related to this supreme treasure. In addition, Ji Xuan, as the proud son of the Ji family, naturally has a treasure to protect himself and escape. Is really not good. You can leave with the big shifting talisman directly, although you may lose your chance, but you can still save your life. Under these various methods, it is really hard for Ji Xuan to imagine what kind of danger he will present. Therefore, Ji Xuan is now very confident in himself. That Yuan Tian Supreme, powerful, once rioted in the Ancestral Dragon Nest, and tore the Xuanhuang Lingshan Supreme, almost no one dared to provoke him. But in the end, it fell sadly and withdrew from the stage of history. It is rumored that on the eve of his fall, he had been to a foreign land, and it seemed that he had brought back a certain rare item. If you can get that treasure, you may create an invincible young supreme. Ji Xuan murmured as he walked, these news are all recorded in that ancient book, is true or not, although Ji Xuan can't judge, but with this ancient talisman, he thinks it is true in all likelihood, and at this moment, Ji Xuan suddenly stopped. His face has an inexplicable meaning, then turned his head and scanned the dark depths behind. There is dead silence there. Ji Xuan sneered at the corner of his mouth. He raised his right hand and pressed towards the darkness. In an instant, the gods burst out, the runes were scattered, and the dazzling magical hand seemed to obliterate everything. This is the power of the Saint King's hand bones. Boom. The darkness was illuminated, there was a big shock, and a figure flashed out, and the chill burst out, as if it had frozen the void, is Jun Xuehuang. I said, how do I feel that someone has been behind me? It turns out that it is you, Jun Xuehuang. Ji Xuan's expression was calm and cold. When did you find it? Jun Xuehuang frowned slightly, but even if Ji Xuan found out, she was very calm, without any panic. Hey, I found out a long time ago, but I haven't revealed it, but I didn't expect that you will always follow here. Ji Xuan said indifferently. So, what are you going to do now? Jun Xuehuang has a jade appearance and a graceful body, she has a pair of icy blue pupils, very calm, no waves. If you change to another person, if you follow Ji Xuan and be found, you will definitely be panicked, but Jun Xuehuang is the 7th rank of the Jun family. She has the confidence to confront Ji Xuan. What am I going to do? Originally I didn't want to have any conflict with your Jun family, but your move is too much. Ji Xuan's face suddenly sank, and he directly prosecuted his hand and shot at Jun Xuehuang. He didn't want a conflict with the Jun family. After all, Jun Xiaoyao's reputation is too great, to say that he is not afraid of it, that is impossible, but now, the Jun family is already clearly going to follow him to pick peaches. If Ji Xuan evaded again, it would really be a fool, and in terms of background, his Ji family is not weaker than the Jun family, therefore, Ji Xuan did not hesitate to shoot directly. Jun Xuehuang Lu raised his eyebrows, but also counterattack. I have to say that Ji Xuan's right arm that is fused with the Saint King's hand bone is really sacred and transcendent. That breath can even help Ji Xuan cut off the erosion of the grey mist, but Jun Xuehuang is different. She also needs to allocate some strength to resist the erosion of the grey mist. This grey mist still has a faint suppressing force. Under various conditions, Jun Xuehuang's strength has been weakened by at least 30–40%. Ji Xuan, relying on the Saint King's hand bones, was hardly affected. The King's fist. Ji Xuan made a fist with 5 fingers on his right arm, and shot out with a punch. A benevolent will spread out, and the fists were amazing. Jun Xuehuang's jade hand flicked out, and a crystal-clear ice shield condensed and formed in front of him. Boom. Accompanied by the cracking sound, the ice shield was directly covered, and Jun Xuehuang's figure was impacted and retreated. There is a trace of blood around the jade lips. Jun Xuehuang was injured. Jun Xuehuang, here, you are not my opponent, and, tell that Jun Xiaoyao, let him not pay attention to me, otherwise. Be careful not to steal the chicken and not eat the rice. Ji Xuan said indifferently. Jun Xuehuang said sharply, are you threatening my son? You can think so. Ji Xuan said lightly, he owns ancient talisman. Yuan Tian Zhizun's secret store, is his home field. Jun Xiaoyao dared to hit his attention. It is inevitable to get a bitter lesson. Seeing Jun Xuehuang's cold expression, Ji Xuan frowned slightly. He didn't want to be delayed by Jun Xuehuang. Thinking of this, Ji Xuan looked around at the corner of his eyes, found that there are many dark mottled coffins deep in the darkness. Ji Xuan remembers the records in the ancient books. It is possible that there are hidden things that are soaked in grey fog. Thinking of this, Ji Xuan made a move, not at Jun Xuehuang, but at the coffins, rumbling. Ji Xuan blasted out with a palm, and the coffins were all shattered, and the black air surging out. Then, a rotten demon corpse covered with black hair appeared from it. Ji Xuan directly took out the ancient talisman he had obtained. It looked simple and dull, with complicated runes carved on it. Seeing this ancient talisman, those black-haired demon corpses seemed to be jealous, so they didn't dare to approach www.readwn.com and instead targeted Jun Xuehuang. Ji Xuan, you. Jun Xuehuang was angry, his jade face turned pale, and he didn't expect Ji Xuan to use such a method. Jun Xuehuang, I didn't kill you. It's up to you if I can survive. Ji Xuan smiled, turned around and walked away. Looking at Ji Xuan's back in the dark, Jun Xuehuang's expression was slightly ugly. Those demon corpses, although they have decayed over time, their strength is far from what they were in their lifetime, but they are not something that Jun Xuehuang alone can handle. Roar. The devil's corpse screamed and slaughtered Jun Xuehuang. Jun Xuehuang can only shoot on one side, and fight and retreat. On the other side, Jun Xiaoyao, who had been informed by Jun Wanjie, also brought Jiang Xingyi and Jun Wanjie to meet. As for the 9 lions and Jun Linglong, because they did not have the Yuan Tian Supreme Order, they could not enter the depths of the secret store and could only find other opportunities in the outer layer. After a short while, Jun Xiaoyao came to an ancient teleportation formation. Jun Wanjie was already there waiting. He saw Jun Xiaoyao coming, his eyes brightened, and he stepped forward and said, "God, you are here." "Where is Jun Xuehuang?" Jun Xiaoyao asked. "She went to follow Ji Xuan alone. Let me pick up the Son of God here." Jun Zhandao. Upon hearing this, Jun Xiaoyao frowned. Ji Xuan must have a plan for Yuan Tian's secret storage. It is impossible not to be prepared. If Jun Xuehuang is careless, he will suffer. Jun Xiaoyao's tone is a little heavy. Then he put on his sleeves and stepped onto the teleportation formation. On the one hand, he has to determine the situation of Jun Xuehuang. On the other hand, I also want to see what sign-in rewards I can get. Chapter 67, Sign in with a 5-star reward, one of the 5 great tactics, Yuanhuang Taoist sword. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jun Xiaoyao, Jun Wanjie, Jun Wanjie, and Jiang Xingyi each took out a Yuan Tian Supreme Order. This kind of token can only be teleported and used alone, so Jun Xiaoyao cannot bring in Jun Linglong and 9 lions. Soon, the surrounding space was distorted, and the 4 of them disappeared. When Jun Xiaoyao opened his eyes again, they had already reached the deepest part of Yuan Tian's secret. There is a heavy mist floating around. The environment is extremely dim, and it feels like a cripple. Like everything around, it has been polluted and demonized. Is this the deepest part of Yuan Tian's secret? Jun Xiaoyao is peerless in white, standing with his hands behind him. He is enveloped in fairy radiance, and his golden light shimmers. The ancient sacred body was born and invaded by all evils, so these gray fog could not affect Jun Xiaoyao at all. Around Jiang Xingyi, there are countless natural Dao patterns, imprinted in the void. To resist the erosion of the gray mist for her, congenital Dao fetus is also a very rare and powerful physique. Not weak in the ancient sacrament, and the Lord has 1,000 calamities. The whole body is entangled with lightning, and the power of lightning also has a restraining effect on the gray fog. Only the emperor wields the sword. Although he has an indestructible sword body, he can't isolate the gray fog, and can only use his magic to isolate it, is the shabbiest among the 4. Hey, I feel too ordinary and too difficult to be with Godzi and others. Jun Wanjie sighed inwardly. Jun Xiaoyao stood there, the mechanical sound of the system rang in his head. Ding, I have arrived at the Yuan Tian Supreme Secret Store. Does the host sign in? Jun Xiaoyao smiled faintly when he heard the system prompt. As expected, the sign-in reward can only be stimulated by reaching the depths of the secret. Sign in. Jun Xiaoyao said silently in his heart. Ding, congratulations to the host, get a 5-star reward, Yuanhuang Taoist sword. When the sound of the system fell, a series of mysterious tactics poured into the sea of knowledge of Jun Xiaoyao. In his shrine, there seems to be a bright chain of gods condensing. At the same time, Jun Xiaoyao seemed to see an illusory scene before his eyes. A towering golden figure stands between heaven and earth, at the center of his eyebrows. It seems that the rules of Tao are manifesting, and then it turns into a bright chain of order. The chain of order once again turned into an inch-long golden dagger. Although it looks short, but a sword burst out. the world is reversed, and the universe collapses. The mountains, rivers, lakes and seas ahead, all the existence, turned into dust in an instant. The power that the golden little sword bursts out is not weaker than that of the previous 18 ancestors who used the sword of slaying sword art of the Jun family. 5-star reward, Yuanhuang Taoist sword. This is what Jun Xiaoyao gained this time. The Yuanhuang Taoist sword is the masterpiece of Yuan Tian Zhizun's fame. It is one of the 5 great divine tactics, and it is as famous as the sword tactics of my monarch family. Jun Xiaoyao muttered in his heart, when the 18th ancestor taught him the sword of slaughtering immortals. He also mentioned the other 4 magic arts. Yuanhuang Taoist sword is one of them. This Yuanhuang Taoist sword is not a real sword, but a chain of order gods, possessing the power of Taoism, mysterious and powerful. At that time, Yuan Tian Zhizun was able to break through the Ancestral Dragon Nest to grab the dragon bones, and set foot on the 10,000 Phoenix Spirit Mountain to kill the divine phoenix, to a large extent because of this Yuanhuang Dao sword, and this Yuanhuang Taoist sword, along with Yuan Tian Supreme, is completely famous, but later, when Yuan Tian Zhizun fell behind, the Yuanhuang Dao sword was also lost. Therefore, it became a pity. Many old people in Xianyu are feeling that an invincible heritage has been cut off unexpectedly. This inheritance, which had been cut off, was signed in by Jun Xiaoyao. A 5-star reward. Jun Xiaoyao said in his heart. He was not disappointed. After all, the 5-star reward is not low, and it is impossible to get 7 or even 8-star rewards every time, and the power of Yuanhuang Taoist sword did not disappoint Jun Xiaoyao. He can make this cut-off inheritance reappear. Xiaoyao, what's wrong with you? Jiang Xingyi turned his head and looked at Jun Xiaoyao. From just now, Jun Xiaoyao has been stunned in the same place, as if lost. Nothing. Jun Xiaoyao recovered. In his shrine, lies a chain of order god. In the future, only need to nurture, the power will become stronger and stronger. Huh. Jiang Xingyi glanced at Jun Xiaoyao deeply. She is pregnant with a congenital Taoist fetus, and is very sensitive to various laws of the great Tao and the rules of order. Just a moment ago, she seemed to notice that the center of Jun Xiaoyao's eyebrows seemed to contain a strong Taoist rhyme, but Jiang Xingyi didn't break it. Everyone has their own secrets. My nephew is really getting more and more mysterious. Jiang Xingyi thought. At this moment, in the dark depths ahead, there was a sudden wave of mana fluctuations, accompanied by a chill. Huh. It's Xuehuang, she has an accident. Jun Xiaoyao's eyes flashed, and he walked away. Jiang Xingyi and the other 3 also followed suit. Boom. A demon corpse slapped and shook Jun Xuehuang back again and again. There is blood flowing at the corner of her mouth, and her breath is very unstable. Damn it, do you really want to leave like this? Jun Xuehuang's chest rose and fell, her face solemn. She is not afraid of falling here. After all, she has a big moving talisman. It really doesn't work, just send it away. But in Jun Xuehuang's heart, there is pride that belongs to the Jun family sequence. Until the moment of life and death, she really doesn't want to give up. At this moment, there were a dozen demon corpses around, all surrounded and killed at the same time. This kind of encirclement, let alone the divine bridge realm, is a realm Tianjiao. Even if he is a master of the Tao realm, it is estimated that he will break down and sink into the sand. There is no way. Jun Xuehuang sighed deeply, expressing some regret, is just doing things for Jun Xiaoyao, and she has no regrets. After all, Jun Xiaoyao had protected her in front of Long Haotian www.readwn.com. Just when Jun Xuehuang was about to use the great move talisman, a big golden rune hand suddenly pushed from a distance, like the hand of an ancient god. And like a golden mill that crushes the world, the ruins collapsed and the earth cracked along the way. Rumbling. A violent collision erupted, a group of demons were blown up and their bodies disintegrated. The Son of God, Jun Snow Phoenix icy blue eyes are filled with surprises, turned around, and saw a figure like a fairy in white, stepping into the air. Jun Zhanjian followed 3 people. Jun Xiaoyao looked at Jun Xuehuang, walked up to her and said gently, "Sorry, I'm late." The Son of God. Jun Xuehuang's heart trembled when hearing this voice. Jun treats the enemy freely, ruthlessly, just like Shura, but for my family, I take good care of them and try my best to protect them. Thank you God for your concern, Xuehuang is okay, a little hurt. Jun Xuehuang smiled. Jun Xiaoyao's apologies and concerns are more effective than any holy medicine for healing, and Jun Xuehuang's heart is warm to hear. What's the situation, tell me. Jun Xiaoyao said. At this time, those undisintegrated corpses rushed up again. Jun Xiaoyao slapped them at will, and patted them into meatloaf again. The golden manna of the ancient sacrament is extremely sacred, and it is extremely restrained against this kind of corpse, so it can be easily solved. It's like this. Jun Xuehuang also explained what had happened. After listening, Jun Xiaoyao smiled, just that smile, no temperature. Heh, threaten me, when does a leek learn to threaten people? Chapter 68, The Embarrassed Long Bichi, The Wrath of the Elder Ancestral Dragon Nest. Thank you Ji. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Originally, there was not much hostility towards Ji Xuan and Jun Xiaoyao. Although Ji Xuanzing had a little feast with Jun Xian, it was not a major event. Jun Xiaoyao is the most, that is, to grab Ji Xian's chance and grab his Saint King's hand bone, that's fine, is not a big deal, but now, Ji Xian not only threatened him, made Jun Xuehuang even more dangerous. Jun Xiaoyao is not a good person, nor will he restrain himself with a vulgar view of good and evil. If you are born with such a background, talent, and you still need to be restrained, it would be better to go to Xiaoxishan to become a monk. Every day and the group of monks shout Dawei Tianlong, blessed one Jizo. The dogma of Jun Xiaoyao is that those who follow me prosper, those who oppose me perish. Let's go, I would like to see what kind of waves Ji Xian can dig out. Jun Xiaoyao smiled, hearing his laugh. Jun Xuehuang and others all mourned Ji Xian in their hearts. When Jun Xiaoyao and others went to the deepest part of the secret store to find Ji Xian, outside the Yuan Tian secret store, over the wild forest, the elders of several immortal forces are still sitting in the void. Unexpectedly, the gray fog in the Yuan Tian secret storage, coupled with its special field, would actually block the exploration of the sky viewing mirror. Old Family Jiang shook his head slightly. I still underestimated this supreme vault, but I don't think it is necessary to use the sky mirror. Jun Wanjie said, these immortal Taoist heirs who have entered the vault all have body protection treasures or big shifting symbols on their bodies, so even if there are no guardians like them, there will be no life worry. Hee, Jun Wanjie, are you worried about your son of the Jun family? If he falls in the secret store, it will be an irreversible loss for the Jun family. The elder of the Ancestral Dragon Nest Xuanhuan smiled and said without a smile. Humph, don't worry, even if you die, my grandson will still live well. Jun Wanjie snorted coldly. He believed that this level of secrets could not threaten Jun Xiaoyao's life. No matter how bad, he still has the guardian rune bestowed by the 18th ancestors, and his life is safe. Heh, I just hope that your son don't be taught too badly by my clan dragon girl. The elder of the Xuanhuan family laughed, quite ironically. He is very confident about Long Bichi. After all, she was a dragon girl who had completely refined 2 dragon yuan, and her strength was far beyond Long Haotian's. However, just when the laughter of the elders of the Xuanhuan line fell, in the Yuan Tian secret store, a figure flashed out in embarrassment. That figure, with cracked cyan armor, spreading cracks, messy hair, coughing up blood at the corners of his lips, full of embarrassment, isn't Long Bichi or who? At this moment, Long Bichi's eyes still have the color of terror, and his body is shivering and trembling slightly. Facing Jun Xiaoyao, she was really scared. A few steps slower, the result may be different, and it is not certain whether you can live or not. Hey, that is a dragon girl from the Ancestral Dragon Nest Xuanhuan line. Why did she come out so soon? Yes, and still so embarrassed. Did you encounter something terrible, or was the Supreme Bone resurrected? At this moment, there are tens of thousands of people gathered outside the Yuan Tian secret store. They are not allowed to enter because of their age and generation, so they can only watch the excitement. Seeing Long Bichi escaping in such embarrassment, many people were surprised. Thinking that Long Bichi had encountered something evil. In the void, the elder of Xuanhuang's line froze with the ironic smile at the corner of his mouth, and his whole expression was unnatural. Why did my dragon girl escape so quickly? And still so embarrassed, he was obviously driven out and fled. Huh, Greenskin Loach, you laugh, why don't you continue? Jun Wanjie laughed, not to mention more enjoyment. The elders of the Canlong line turned blue, without saying a word, and fell to the side of Long Bichi. Bai Chi, what is going on? What about the keel? The elder asked anxiously. Nothing else, the keel is the goal of their trip. No, 4 ancient keels, and 1 supreme ancestor keel, all gone. Long Bichi bit his lip, his face pale. What, and the supreme ancestor keel? The elder of the Canlong line almost didn't breathe back when he heard this. That is the supreme ancestral keel. There are few stocks in the entire Ancestral Dragon Nest, just disappeared. Who is it? Who did it take? Canlong's elder said in a cold voice, gritted his teeth, unable to remain calm. Jun Xiaoyao. Long Bichi said, shaking slightly, seems to mention this name, it will make her feel instinctive fear. Although Xiao Chen and others were still there at the time, Long Bichi knew that they were nothing more than Jun Xiaoyao's playthings. What, is it him? The elder Canlong's expression froze. Just now, he also said that he hoped that Jun Xiaoyao would not be taught too badly by Long Bichi. Now, the lesson is very miserable, but the miserable one is Long Bichi. The slap in the face was too fast, and it didn't take people to slow down. It turned out to be driven out by the prince's son, no wonder. Yes, that Long Haotian died in the hands of the son of the Jun family, and this Long Bichi escaped with luck. Many monks around also heard Long Bichi's words. Although they were surprised, they were not surprised, is like the son of the king's family, and is already a symbol of the invincibility of the younger generation. How about it, Greenskin Loach, just ask if you accept it. Jun Wanjie said proudly. My precious grandson is too long for him. Canlong's elders almost got a crooked nose, so they couldn't speak. He knew that it would be more difficult to regain the keel from the Jun family www.readwn.com than to reach the sky. I'm sorry, elder, I let you down. Long Bichi's face was ashamed. Without the heroic and energetic attitude when he came before, she was actually not as embarrassed to say that she hadn't even played against Jun Xiaoyao, so she was shot over by him and frightened out. If this were to be said, it would be a shame to Zulong's nest. Tian, Ji Bangyin, Ji's family, shook his head and said, it seems that the dragon girl of the Canlong line is nothing more than that. Ji Bangyin, you better pray, your Ji family, don't conflict with my grandson, otherwise, tusk. Jun Wanjie shook his head. Jun Wanjie, do you think that dragon girl can be compared with Ji Xuan? He came this time and was already prepared. If there really is a conflict, you should be worried about your son. Ji Bangyin smiled, very calm and calm. That kind of self-confidence was almost revealed from his bones. Oh, even Jun Wanjie glanced at Ji Bangyin suspiciously. Could it be that this time, what kind of waves can the little saint of the Ji family really make? Is in the outside world, and there is a lot of discussion about Long Bichi, the deepest part of the Yuan Tian's secret treasure. Ji Xuan, who wore a Chinese suit and held an ancient talisman, calmly and indifferently, finally came to the deepest place. He looked around, a simple and magnificent, dark tower filled with ancient atmosphere, towering in it, like a pillar. The last big opportunity is here. Ji Xuan's eyes showed a ray of joy. After planning for so long, he can finally get that great opportunity, but at this moment, an indifferent and playful voice sounded from behind. Ji Xuan, thank you for the treasure hunter for leading the way. Chapter 69, Jun Xiaoyao's strength continues to crush. Ji Xuan doubts life. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hearing this voice, the joy of Ji Xuan's face suddenly disappeared, but he was not too flustered, but turned around lightly. I saw Jun Xiaoyao and others at a glance. Jun Xiaoyao held his hand, his expression calm and calm, but his deep eyes were filled with coldness. Ji Xuan's actions have completely put him on the opposite side of Jun Xiaoyao. Jun Xiaoyao would not have a good attitude towards the enemy. But what surprised Jun Xiaoyao a little bit is that Ji Xuan saw him coming, as if he didn't have much surprise or fear. On the contrary, he felt calm and calm. From here, you can see the gap between Ji Xuan and Xiao Chen. Although Xiao Chen is a man of great fortune, but his background is limited. Although the ancient kingdom of Qinglong is a first-class orthodoxy, it is obviously not comparable to the immortal orthodoxy. Ji Xuan was born in a barren ancient family, Regardless of his disposition and vision, he was stronger than Xiao Chen. This makes Jun Xiaoyao more interested. At least, it should not be too boring. Ji Xuan, you don't seem to have too many accidents when you see this child appear. Jun Xiaoyao said calmly. Jun Xiaoyao, I didn't want to be hostile to you, but no matter what, you are too much. Do you really think of me Ji Xuan as a treasure hunter? Ji Xuan's eyes were hidden sharp. Otherwise, isn't your value only like this? Jun Xiaoyao responded indifferently. You. Ji Xuan's eyes twitched slightly, as the little saint of the Ji family. Has he ever been so angry? Jun Wanjie and others are used to it. Don't look at Jun Xiaoyao's appearance in white clothes and non-cannibalistic fireworks, but I really want to start talking. I can almost kill my popularity on the spot. That Xiao Chen was a tragic victim. Oh, it seems that the deity of the dignified family must bully the less. Ji Xuan's eyes flickered slightly, his eyes scanned. There is only one person on his side, while Jun Xiaoyao has 5 people. There is no need to fight this kind of battle. Ji Xuan, I know what abacus you have, but I want this son to fight you alone. Although I don't mind such things as bullying more and less, but dealing with you is really unnecessary. Jun Xiaoyao said. He could see through Ji Xuan's plan at a glance. Everyone in the world is rumored to be extremely arrogant and arrogant. It seems that it is so. How can you know if you don't try? Ji Xuan's eyes showed sharp light. He actually wanted to fight Jun Xiaoyao all the time, as a top arrogant, who will convince whom before he has actually played. At least Ji Xuan is not convinced, therefore, he also wants to take this opportunity to fight Jun Xiaoyao. Ignorance. Jun Xiaoyao's eyes were cold, and the endless golden spirit sea in the pubic area in his body set off thousands of waves. The vast golden mana and supernatural power surged like a vast ocean. That momentum, shocking. Jun Xiaoyao directly raised his hand and reached out, without using any martial arts magic. Just a palm is like a great magical power, which can smash any bridge realm Tianjiao into meatloaf. Feeling this mighty power, Ji Xuan's expression was no longer indifferent, becoming extremely solemn. Jun Xiaoyao is like an immortal in the dust, without eating fireworks, but when it moves, it is like a king coming, and the of war comes to the world, and the breath is terrifying. Ji Xuan also shot, protruding his right arm that was fused with the Saint King's hand bone. Saint King, that surpasses the existence of saints, and is considered the top level among the Saint Realm class. Such a piece of the Saint King's hand bone is infinitely valuable and powerful. In Ji Xuan's cultivating class, there is simply cheating, is like an artifact, picked up by players in Novice Village, and fused together. What creates will be a powerful and powerful arrogant. However, under the collision of the 2 palm prints and fists, the mana ripples shook, and it was Ji Xuan who was shaken back. Ji Xuan stepped back dozens of steps, a burst of blood in his chest, a touch of fishy sweetness in his throat. He swallowed. In his eyes, there was an unprecedented surprise and astonishment. How is this going? He fused the right arm of the Saint King's hand bone and bumped against Jun Xiaoyao. Why was he the one who was injured? Ji Xuan's eyes were stunned, still with a daze. On the opposite side, Jun Xiaoyao raised his eyebrows slightly, and said with a hint of surprise, "It is indeed worthy of being a Saint King's hand bone. I received only a slight injury in the palm of my hand." Jun Xiaoyao is used to overpowering people. He slapped any enemy first. 80% of the enemies can't stop him from slapped, only the remaining 20% of the enemies are worthy of other means. But Jun Xiaoyao did not expect that Ji Xuan slapped him hard, and it turned out to be only a minor injury, which is considered to be worthy of the reputation of the Saint King's hand bone. Ji Xuan doubted himself even more when he heard this. Shouldn't it be him who shook Jun Xiaoyao away? Now that I was slightly injured, I was judged by Jun Xiaoyao as good. Which one is good? But unfortunately, the Saint King's hand bones are foreign objects, not yours, and not yours after all. Jun Xiaoyao said while pinching Yuanhuang's seal, and then bombarded away. With Ji Xuan's strength, it is impossible to fully mobilize the power of the Saint King's hand bones, and this is not his bone. After all, it is a little imperfect. As for Jun Xiaoyao's own supreme bone, it was signed by the system, and it was perfectly integrated with his physical body, and there would be no such flaws. Jun Xiaoyao, don't give pointers there, how can you know the power of the Saint King's hand bones? Ji Xuan was a little bit ashamed, as if he had been insulted. He punched again, the Saint King's hand bones burst into light, and the runes flowed on the arm bones, showing their powerful power. His fists are shocking, cut through the void, with a breath of kingly way. It is the magical power of the Ji family, the kingly way of fist. Jun Xiaoyao is the pinch of the king's seal. A vast and majestic emperor's figure appeared. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.com as if the world is shaking under his majesty. A seal blasted out, the goddess burst out, and the mana surged. The two fisted each other, and they were able to make waves. This time, Jun Xiaoyao urged the power of the idol to suppress prison. The giant elephant particles instill supernatural power, so that this seal seems to have the power of collapsing the world. Boom! The deafening sound resounded everywhere. The entire Yuan Tian secret hidden is roaring and trembling. In such an extreme collision, a figure flew out again, is Ji Xuan. This time, he finally couldn't help it, spit out a mouthful of blood, and his face instantly turned pale. He blocked Jun Xiaoyao's first move, but he couldn't stop his second move. How is this possible? Ji Xuan's left hand tightly grasped his trembling right arm, his finger bones seemed to be split, and the whole arm was trembling. Worthy of being a son of God. Jun Wanjie, Jun Xuehuang and others all showed reverence in their eyes. Although they knew that Jun Xiaoyao would not be defeated, they did not expect that it would be such a crushing situation. After all, the little Saint Ji Xuan still has two brushes. Now, do you know how stupid it is to challenge this child? Jun Xiaoyao said with his hand. You. Ji Xuan was blocked and speechless. He never expected that Jun Xiaoyao's ridiculous ancient sacrament would be so powerful. Thinking of this, Ji Xuan's eyes flickered. He was unwilling to lose. Ji Xuan flipped his wrist quietly, holding a piece of dull metal in his hand. In an instant, a sense of reincarnation of life and death spread quietly. Jun Xiaoyao, take my punch. Chapter 70, The abnormal shape of the supreme bone still crushes Ji Xuan. The final game. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ji Xuan punched again, but with a different fist intent. This punch seems to have the meaning of reincarnation of life and death, which is far stronger than the previous king's punch. Even Jun Xuehuang, Jun Wanjie and others felt an extreme danger from this punch. God be careful. They couldn't help but remind. Happy, be careful. Jiang Xingyi also reminded, and Jun Xiaoyao himself, without changing his face, looked at Ji Xuan's attacking boxing front. An ray of surprise appeared in his eyes, because he felt it. When Ji Xuan's fist was exuding, the supreme bone in his chest seemed to tremble slightly. What's going on? Is there something that Ji Xuan is holding in his hands is related to my supreme bone? Jun Xiaoyao muttered. His supreme bone has now been awakened by God's tribulation light and the full version of God's hand. But the power of the supreme bone is definitely more than that. It has greater potential to be tapped. And now, after feeling the fist of the cycle of life and death, his supreme bone actually reacted. Interesting. Jun Xiaoyao's eyes flashed, his fingers clenched his fists. 70,000 giant elephant particles broke out completely, and the golden mana surging, condensed into the ancient idol that suppressed the world. He once again urged the supernatural power of Ancestral Dragon Nest. Dragon Fist. The dragon chi in his body was wrapped around his arms, as if it had transformed into the shape of a blue dragon. It was the dragon chi he had snatched from Xiao Chen, one dragon and one elephant, double. Blessings. Let the gentleman at this moment freely, with his hands and feet. It seems that there is a vast divine might. Jun Xiaoyao fist palm is launched, with dragons and elephants accompanying, and the fluctuations are frightening. The air in front seems to be pushed away by this vast power, and a vacuum field is formed. This punch is amazing. Di Shengquan, that when Ji Xuan saw this, he let out a long roar, which also burst out of his strongest power. Mana and supernatural power, madly poured into the bones of the Saint King's hand. Runes were branded in the void around, a sacred atmosphere pressed out. At the same time, the metal he held in his fist gave him this extinction fist, and it also carried the power of death in the cycle of life and death. It can be said that any Tianjia will be desperate when facing the moves of these two people and cannot resist at all. Boom! Like Mars hitting the Earth, the two fisted each other, the violent waves of mana spread, flattening the surrounding Earth, and spreading thick cracks. In this extreme collision, Ji Xuan's figure flew upside down, with blood spraying in his mouth, his wrist bones were all shattered, his entire arm was slightly twisted, his skin and blood vessels could not bear the supernatural power, and it was directly torn apart. And the dull piece of metal he held in his hand couldn't hold it, so he threw it away. Jun Xiaoyao raised his hand, and he caught the metal in his hand. Jun Xiaoyao, give it back to me. Ji Xuan's figure collapsed in several broken palaces before he stopped. He coughed up blood continuously, and his expression was frightened and angry. Ji Xuan never thought that even if he tried his best, he was not the enemy of Jun Xiaoyao, even lost that important thing. Jun Xiaoyao ignored Ji Xuan, but played with the piece of metal in his hand. This time, the supreme bone in his chest conveyed a clear meaning of desire. Is this metal, reincarnation gold? Jun Xiaoyao raised his eyebrows. He was born in an ancient family and his vision is extraordinary. Various kinds of rare and exotic treasures, I have seen many of them. This reincarnation Dao gold is immortal gold, which can be used to forge the Emperor's soldiers, which is very rare. Just a piece of reincarnation gold the size of a fingernail, placed outside is enough for a group of saints to grab their heads. However, it is a pity that this small piece of fingernail-sized reincarnation gold has lost its essence, leaving only a little meaning of reincarnation. Ji Xuan took advantage of this meaning of reincarnation to make his life-breaking fist stronger, but in front of Jun Xiaoyao, still can only lose. Ji Xuan, you should have such a thing. Jun Xiaoyao said calmly. Give it back to me. Ji Xuan looked ugly. At this time, Jiang Xingyi said, I heard that in the Holy Spirit Academy, there is a reincarnation Holy Spirit left over from ancient times. Is this small piece of reincarnation gold, is it the residue that faded from it? So that's how it is. Jun Xiaoyao was stunned, that Ji Xuan has another identity. He is the Holy Son of the Holy Spirit Academy. It is not impossible that he can get this small piece of reincarnation gold. In this way, I will inevitably go to the Holy Spirit Academy in the future. This may be related to the transformation of my supreme bone. Jun Xiaoyao thought. He looked at Ji Xuan, and said calmly, what the sun thought it was, but it's just a residue. Can this be a treasure? After that, Jun Xiaoyao directly squeezed it into powder with one hand. Reincarnation Dao Jin lost its essence can easily be crushed. Ji Xuan's face was bloodshot from anger. Has he ever experienced this kind of shame? But while Ji Xuan was angry, there was also a sense of powerlessness spreading. Before, he was lucky, thinking that even if he could not defeat Jun Xiaoyao, he would at least be able to fight, but the cruel facts told him, there is still a huge gap between him and Jun Xiaoyao. What little saint, in front of the Jun family's son, nothing is fart. No, I haven't lost yet, and the entire secret is still under my control. If I can get that treasure, it will not be impossible to surpass Jun Xiaoyao in the future. Ji Xuan thought of this, once again regrouped and cheered up. He took out the ancient talisman and poured mana into it. After a short while, centering on the dark tower, the formation spread out from the ground, and the depths of the entire secret store were covered by countless star-like formations. At the same time, the ground shook. www.readwn.com. Hundreds of demons broke through the ground. They did not target Ji Xuan who possessed the ancient charms, but rushed straight towards Jun Xiaoyao and others. Ordinary Tianjiao sees this scene. It is estimated that the soul is almost gone, but Jun Xiaoyao is calm. Is this your confidence? Jun Xiaoyao didn't care. Jun Xiaoyao, accept this gift. See you next time. Maybe I will crush you. Ji Xuan's words fell, his figure flashed, and he directly entered the dark tower. Funny. Jun Xiaoyao sneered and raised his hand. The surging mana was surging, and an astonishing sword intent spread out from Jun Xiaoyao's body. A bright and dazzling sword light appeared out of the sky, as if the phantom of a fairy appeared, and the sharp sword light seemed to tear the space. Swept away with a sword, and a deep gully was plowed in front of him. Hundreds of corpses were instantly destroyed. They may be very powerful in front of them, but their mana is lost after death, and they are eroded by the grey mist, and their strength is much reduced. But even so, these demon corpses can also pose a life and death threat to the divine bridge realm but the Gi realm Tianjiao. But now, Jun Xiaoyao believes in his hands, hundreds of demons are annihilated. Ji Xuan, who entered the Dark Tower, saw this scene, sweating from behind. When Jun Xiaoyao was fighting with him, he didn't even sacrifice the slaughter immortal sword art. How can the leek I want to harvest escape from the palm of my hand? Behind Jun Xiaoyao, the wings of the devil were extended, the speed skyrocketed, and he rushed towards the Dark Tower. Ji Xuan rushed to the top of the tower when he saw it. Winner and loser, this is the final game.